up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome back to the Nerdy Narrative. Today I will be doing the Christmas Traditions book tag. This is an original tag created by Heather over at the channel Reading with a Vengeance. I'll have her original version of the tag linked below, as well as Lauren from Paperback Empire, who is the one who tagged me for this one. Question number 1. Red, gold, and green. A book with any combination of those colors on the cover. So the book that I picked for this one has gold and green on the cover. This whole trilogy has beautiful covers. I went with The Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty, which is part of the Devabad trilogy. I went and moved my light a little bit because it was reflecting off the cover, and I wanted to show y'all a close-up of just how pretty it is. And the light is still reflecting off of it. But hopefully that's enough for y'all to see the gold and green colors. Question number 2, caroling. What is your favorite Christmas carol? Pick a book with a title that includes the word from that song title. My favorite Christmas carol is Oh Holy Night, and the book that I picked was the first one that I got to that had one of the words in the title, which was night. And this book is Shadow of Night, which is part of Deborah Harkness's A Discovery of Witches trilogy. Some of you may not have read the trilogy, but you've watched the show. This is one of the better ones of the trilogy, in my opinion. The second one kind of sucked, but we won't get into that. Question number 3. Christmas Trees, Wreaths, and Evergreen Foliage. A book that features nature as a character. This question had me stumped for quite a while until finally my eyes alighted on The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Nature plays a big role in this book, this world, this trilogy, because every certain number of years there are seasons, and during those seasons civilization has to fight to survive, and the vast majority of them get wiped out, actually. There are a group of people in this world called orogenes that are able to do what I would call earth magic. They're able to move the earth and do different things that are nature related, so that is my pick for this one. Question number 4, holiday cards. A favorite epistolary book you read this year or want to read next year? I can't remember if I read an epistolary this year. I think I did, but it's not coming to me off the top of my head what it was. So I'm going to pick one that I haven't read yet, but I am anticipating I will read in 2023. That is the Prox Transmissions by the Starset Society, which is a band for those of you who aren't aware. And I noticed that there are different formats. We've got what looks to be like a journal entry here. I saw what looked like a conversation that took place on a computer here. It looks like there's a report, a Western Union telegram. So that's going to be my pick for this one. Question number 5, Mistletoe. A book that features unrequited love. Another one that stumped me. So I finally decided to go with a classic, Gone with the Wind. That is a whole lot of unrequited love, because in the beginning, Scarlett was infatuated. She was in love with a man named Ashley Wilkes who loved somebody else. And then of course you have Rhett Butler, who fell in love with Scarlett, but she wasn't interested in giving him the time of day. Question number 6, Santa Claus. A book that features a character who's not really likable, but endearing anyway. I did not really understand this question, because how can you not be likable and then be endearing? So I decided to interpret that as a character that I did not like immediately, but later liked them, and that is Edelbrock from The Trials of Ashmount by John Palladino. Absolutely love this story. It is grimdark, which you're probably wondering, why would you put a grimdark book on a Christmas Traditions book tag? Which, you know what? Maybe somebody needs to create a horror Christmas book tag, because there are horror Christmas movies. Might have to put that feather in my hat for next year. But that is my pick. I love Edelbrock. He became my favorite character. Though he starts out, he is super shady. He's a little con man, and he is willing to really do what needs to be done in order to get what he wants. And I just... I can't wait for book 2. I cannot wait for book 2. Question number 7, Nativity Scene, a family-based historical fiction. Yet another question that stumped me. If you're already a fan of Heather, our channel Reading with a Vengeance, and you've watched her for a while, she has mentioned me a few times, and she even says herself, we don't read in the same genres, but we have the same personalities. Like, we would be best friends for sure, but we don't read a whole lot of the same stuff. So I struggled, but with the help of Goodreads, I did discover I have a family-based historical fiction fiction. The Firekeeper's Daughter fits this prompt. So this book is actually a thriller that immerses the readers in the modern Native American experience by focusing on a particular family. So there you go. I haven't read it yet, but it is high on my want to read a list. Question number 8, Elf on a Shelf. A book on your shelf that catches your eye all the time, but you never pick it up. Well, I have to go with Adrian Tchaikovsky's Cage of Souls. I look at this book all the time. I always have it face out on my shelf because this cover is absolutely gorgeous. I have no idea what it's about. It looks like it takes place in a forest, so it might also fit the prompt about nature being a character. No clue. I know Alan from the Library of Alexandria is a big fan of Adrian Tchaikovsky. I believe he's read this one, and if he's reviewed it, I will link that below, but Alan is actually the one who gifted me this book because after I saw him talking about it, I wanted to read it, and there you go. We just perpetuate the cycle of the never-ending TBRs. Question number 9. Christmas movies. Favorite adaptation or a book you would like to see adapted? No, it's a personal thing. It's just something I don't personally like. So we're just gonna go on to the next question, which is number 10. Ugly Sweaters. A book that made you laugh out loud. I have to go with Old Faithful here. Stringers by Chris Panettiere. This sci-fi book had me in stitches laughing out loud for real. No other book that I have read since this one has made me laugh as much or actually made me laugh out loud physically. So much so that people were looking at me in public. So be prepared for that if you listen to the audiobook. Prompt number 11, Eggnog. A book that you love that everybody seems to hate or vice versa. I'm gonna go with the vice versa. This is a book that I did not like, but most other people or fans of this author didn't have a problem with, and that is Jim Butcher's Battleground. I did not enjoy this book. I don't agree with the decisions the author made, though I did read the novella that comes after this one called The Law that made me feel a little bit better, or maybe Jim Butcher was trying to put a band-aid on the few of us that did not appreciate what happened here. I love Jim Butcher, and the fact that I got to 17 books before I got to one that I did not like, I mean, that says something. I mean, that's to be expected, right? Question number 12, Exchanging Gifts. A book you read this year and thought, this would be perfect for... That's every book. Every book I read, I can think of a number of people that I've met through this book community that I would recommend that particular book to. That's kind of what I do, like every day. That's what all these videos are for. They're recommendations. This is what I read. This is what I thought about it. This is what it's about. So you can determine if it's one you might like. I mean, that's just every book. Every book. And so now I am going to tag a few people that I think would enjoy doing this tag, whether it be this year or next year. I think this tag would make a fun holiday booktube tradition so we can just keep it going forward perpetually. I am going to tag my best friend, Kate, over at the Literary Apothecary. You know I gotta get her. I'm also gonna tag my little booktube bro, Andrew from Andrew's Wizardly Reads. And then I want to get one more. Who shall my third victim be? I'm gonna get Stephanie over at Miss Richards Reads. She just celebrated a birthday. Y'all please go visit her channel. I'll have it linked down below and give her some belated birthday wishes. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. I hope your holiday season is full of warmth and laughter, and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, and I will see you in the next one.